Hello guys, it's Merlin Evans, and in this video tutorial, I'm going to show you guys a powerful tool that we have inside of the Akash X educational platform. This is a powerful trading tool that you can utilize that's going to do two things. It's going to reduce the learning curve, and it's going to increase the accuracy of your trades. This tool is perfect for beginners. It's also an excellent tool for the busy professional, and I'm going to show you exactly how it works. First of all, the name of this tool is called PipJuice. You heard it, PipJuice, PipJuice. Now, the way that this scanner works is it provides you with what's called a pending order. A pending order is something, typically an order that you can place in the market, and you're basically going to wait for price to get to a certain area, and then the order will then be active. So in this example, this is looking at the New York market open. The PipJuice scanner works across the New York session, the Asian session, as well as the London session. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys exactly how this indicator works. In order to get access to it, you would need to be a member of the Akash X platform, and then you would gain access to this amazing tool. So first off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how this invite-only scanner looks. You can access it through TradingView, which is a totally free trading platform that shows you the market and lists price action across all the different instruments and asset classes that can be traded. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the settings tab here, and I'm going to display to you the inputs. Now, I mentioned before that this works across the New York, the London, and the Asian session. So depending on the session time where you decide that you want to trade, you would go into the settings and you would modify the session. So since this is a tutorial, I'm going to preview and show you guys how this tool worked for the New York session today. So I'm going to leave it set to New York, but in a few minutes, I'll share with you how the Asian session looks as well. Now, all of these settings are already pre-selected for you. You can leave them as is. The only thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make the label text size a little bit larger so that it could be more visually enlarged so that you could see exactly how this tool works. So we're looking at the Euro USD, which is the Euro versus the US dollar. I'm looking at the 15-minute time frame. This tool works on all time frames, but for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to leave it on 15-minute time frame. So as you can see, you would have come here. These tools work on all sessions, as I mentioned before, and they print at certain times of the day. The New York session, PipJuice will print at 5 a.m. in the morning. So before you get your day started, you wake up, you come to your chart, you go to the settings, set it to the specific time frame that you're trading and the specific asset that you want to look at, and it's going to print the tool for you for your asset. So if this was 7 a.m. in the morning, when I would put in my trades, I would come to the tool. I would see I have two options. I can either take a buy stop entry or a sell stop entry. All you have to do at that point is it would literally take you 2 minutes to go into your Trade Locker app or your MT4 app, whatever tool you utilize to trade. Some people even trade Oanda right here on TradingView. Just connect your broker, and you would enter in your sell stop entry price. You would enter TP1 or TP2, depending on how advanced you are as a trader. Now, I recommend going at least to TP2 if you are a beginner, and TP3 are for more advanced traders that want to hold the trade a little longer. You would also need to put in your stop loss, which is also highlighted here. So this tool takes away all the guessing. All the numbers are printed here for you on the screen, and you would enter in your sell stop. You would also do the same and enter in your buy stop. You would put in the price. You would put in your TP2 number, which is where you want the trade to exit. And then you would put your buy stop stop loss number here. So once the market gets to that point, your trade is going to immediately execute. Now, one of the things that you could do in order to give a notification to yourself is you can go in here and you can add an alert to your TradingView chart. Now, to add an alert, all you have to do is you can come here to this drawing tool. You're going to get a horizontal line, and you're going to put the horizontal line right at that sell stop. Then you're going to right click on your mouse and you're going to click on add alert on horizontal line. So what this is going to do is it's going to give you an alert either via an email or a sound on your desktop. And it's also going to alert you on your TradingView mobile app. So you have to make sure that you downloaded the TradingView mobile app so that you can get the notification. So you're going to create that alert. What you want to do is you want to set the condition for when price is crossing down with this sell stop. And then you can leave this as is and you would hit create. You're going to do the same thing for setting an alert for a buy stop entry. And the reason you're doing this is because you want to know when your trades are executed. So I'm going to do that. I clicked on it. I right click. I'm going to say crossing up. And then I'm going to hit the create. Now, if this were 7 a.m. in the morning today on Monday, what I would do is I would, once I receive the alert, I would go into my pending orders and I would delete the one that has not activated yet. Very important that you delete the one that hasn't activated because you don't want two trades running at the same time. Number one, if there's like a spike in the market, for example. Also, you just want to make sure that you delete the trade once one of them has activated. So this scanner, like I said, is very powerful. It takes you literally 5 minutes to go ahead and put those orders in, and all of the numbers are there. So that is the New York session. Now, to increase and give you more confluence when you're trading, you can go ahead in here and you can add any indicator that you like. So I like using the Lux Algo Fair Value Gap. So I'm going to click on that. And I also like using the Wave Trend Cipher. So I'm going to add that as well. And so what that does is it gives me some extra confirmations on my chart. So the way that the Wave Trend Cipher works is when you're getting an active sell and a push down in the market, you're going to get like a red bubble here. And you can see here, I'm going to expand it so you can see, you're going to see a red dot here, and then you're going to see the market start to push down. Conversely, when you're going to transition for a buy, you see a green dot here, and you're going to see the market start to push up. Also, what happens is you get the different colors in the candles to signify a change in direction. So here is where you got to sell. So this candle is turquoise. And when you get a nice buy momentum, you get a yellow candle pushing. So that adds some extra confidence. But if you don't want that, that's fine. You could leave it as is and just utilize the tool simply the way that it is. So this is more for like an advanced trader that's going to take the trade once the market reaches, instead of doing a pending order, you would do a market execution instead. Just your choice, depending on your experience. So the next thing I want to do is I just want to show you guys how this works for the Asian session. So the Asian session starts at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so since it is the evening, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this PipJuice setting, and I'm going to put it to Asian. So I'm going to go to settings. I'm going to change the session to Asian. Okay. Now, during the Asian session, what's really going to be active are mostly your JPY pairs. And this tool works really well with USDJPY. So let's look at USDJPY. So I'm going to come to my market. I would do the same thing. You typically would want to do this at 6:30 at night. Okay. What you want to do is you want to look at the direction of the market. You want to check your news, and then you can put in your pending orders to make sure that there's not going to be any news from the time that you set it until the London session begins. So I would put in my buy stop entry, and I would put in my sell stop entry, and then I would also take my stop loss numbers, plug those in, my buy stop numbers for my buy stop loss numbers for the buy, and conversely for the sell, and then I would go to TP2 as I mentioned earlier. Okay, so that's really what you want to do, but I just want to go back in time and show you just the accuracy of how this scanner works. So just make this a little smaller, maybe we'll get 5 minutes. Okay, so we're just going back in time to see how this works, and I'm going to make this a little bit smaller because the size is taking up too much of my screen. So let's just look at some scans that happened previously. So yesterday, it didn't activate during the Asian session. Okay, let's look here. Here's a good one here where it did in fact activate. Okay, so you got your alert, your buy stop activated, and it went all the way to TP3. See if we can. This example here, your buy stop activated, and it went slightly shy of TP3, but it definitely went past TP1 and TP2. Let's see if we can find some more entries. Here, it activated for the sell stop. It went all the way past TP3. In this example, sell stop activated, it went all the way past TP3. Let's look at gold. I know a lot of people like trading gold. Gold moves through every session. So let's look to see what happened when we traded gold. So this is the current scan, so nothing has happened yet. But last night we had a nice buy stop on gold. It went through all of the TPs. The day before, it activated, but it never really went to any of our TPs, and it never really hit the sell stop either. So this pretty much could have continued running up until the next session. Right, this is another scan here. The sell stop activated. So as you can see, this tool is pretty accurate. All right, and it just gives you some additional support when you're trading in the market, whether you're a advanced trader, someone with experience, or a brand new trader. This tool is beneficial to anyone that is looking to trade in the markets and that doesn't really have a lot of time to scan and analyze the market. So that's the tutorial. If you're interested in this scanner, becoming a member, the link in the bio is available with a brief description on how to go ahead and get started, partnering up with me and becoming a customer inside of the AakaashX platform.